I guess like that live stream on election night was like a pretty good fit because we were just, I don't know. I mean, like, I guess that is just kind of the spirit of the show a little bit. And like, yeah, I don't know. It's exciting to see like the friends of the show pop in. And then like, you're like, it's like, oh shit, like Drew and Menace are talking and now Sadak. That's just exciting to me.
Yeah, I fucking love that shit. That shit was tight because like, that's not really going to happen. It's like a rare thing to happen, but everybody, had to watch. And like, yeah, I mean, we had like, it was a last minute kind of thing. And like, there was like 80, 90, 100 people that like were showing up to listen in. It's like, it's pretty on a like without much heads up. So it was definitely fucking nice. But
it's exciting. Yeah. I mean, next time for sure, I figure we'll let, Menace and Drew debate the usefulness of the term bourgeois.
Yeah, I'm sure they've got a lot to say on that topic.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I mean, that it's not like that conversation is meaningless. I just don't want to have it, especially not drunk, especially not on an election night.
Yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just not for me.
Yes.
It's just not for me. No, for real though, like I think it's probably safe to say, like, CRK and I take the election a lot more seriously than COH.
Oh yeah,
right?
definitely.
I wish both of you guys didn't have fucking pseudonyms that began with C and
there are three letters.
And honestly, like as the time has gone on, like COH, I have more and more of an appreciation for that position.
Let's go. Yeah.
I mean, like, honestly, like I feel like that was vindicated more than anything.
Totally.
But,
what was vindicated?
Yeah, like just like this is a fucking joke.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Like for sure, it didn't matter what your vote was. Like no doubt, it didn't matter.
Yeah, and like and so I guess like honestly, dude, like just having a casual chat with your boys in just like a chaotic chat room with a bunch of people in it feels like the better way to handle election night. Anyway, I don't want to talk shit. We can cut a lot of this shit. I don't want to talk shit on other people's streams. I'm just saying like more what it says about us. Like,
that's the whole thing. It's fun. It's hard to balance being like super impactful and like have like real deep analysis and also be like, what you said, entertaining. It's hard to balance that. But
it's hard to be like super smart and then also super sauced at the same time.
And the other thing too is just acknowledging like yes, elections matter. I do believe that, but then like also in a very real sense on top of that, like this shit's just candy, dude. Like this shit's just fucking junk food.
Exactly. Yeah, we saw the first night is us being like, yeah, the libs are crying, coat bitch, and then the next night is like, yeah, MAGA, coat bitch. Yeah, it's like when you look at it like that, like back to back, it's like, yeah, it really is all just like vicarious.
It's literally like watching a sports game.
Right.
So I'm at Slavoid T.
All right, this is Shit Spouter 37.
This is Black.com build.
This is the Fed Post.
Except it's like less healthy and fun than sports. It's like the country and everyone we know just like is just, I mean, it's not over yet. Like everyone's just been doing like a sustained soy face for the last week. And it's like, it's like, what's your favorite fucking Jedi? Like, who's your favorite Avenger, you fucking retard?
No, like, I'm not gonna lie. I genuinely hate that these libs are like, the worst libs in the world. Like not even rad libs, like the rad libs are fairly they've been tepid or whatever, but the generic ass like Schumer standing RBG libs, like they are like, oh my god,
like,
man.
We don't use the phrase much these days, I feel like, because there's a lot of rad lib, but like, dude, this is the shit libs strike back.
The shit libs, yeah. Revenge of the shit lib.
Revenge of the shit libs, dude.
Yeah. No,
they're always like, waiting.
Yeah, I was like, yo, you guys got to gotta soak this up, man, because you've been taking a lot of L's. Like, you gotta enjoy this one. Like, this is a big moment,
Oh,
and
God, I'm gonna be insufferable for 4 years. They're gonna be insufferable for the rest of our lives, but specifically,
is that like Aphex Twin in the background? What the fuck?
That was not me. I have no idea what that was.
I think there was a car in the background.
But
that was
I get the Aphex
horrifying. Yeah, right.
Just like strange noises that don't sound natural. Yeah, that's probably Aphex.
Right. Real folks at home now
listen to that, or they would, but like, why? Who thought to put that together?
Right, exactly. Some e-tarded Scottish guy in the 90s.
No, people have been celebrating on my blog. Like, I'm not far from where Schumer was in Grand Army Plaza. Like, I'm not that far. So in that area, like, there were so many motherfuckers out, like, honking their horns and like.
Oh my God! I saw this old man walk past the front of the shop I work at the other day, just like carrying a fucking Biden Harris flag, and people are like honking for him.
God.
Fucking last night sun goes down and like everybody's fucking like lighting off fireworks. Like, really stoked. I'm lighting off mortars to celebrate black women getting earned income tax credits.
Yeah. It's the ruling class wins in yet another election. Fuck yeah! Like, we're stoked.
Fuck yeah.
I haven't heard anyone talking about anything where I live. I'm pretty stoked on that. Like, I've not seen anybody like
that rocks.
Harris shit. I've only really gone to like the grocery store and stuff. So I mean, I haven't really been out to any bars recently.
Well, I mean, like, your coworkers are rad libs, right?
Oh my God, shit. Yeah, I forgot. I was
gonna say, I was like, come on, like, where's the other place most people spend their time?
Holy shit. I was on a Zoom call this Saturday when it happened, and it was like a Zoom, like, so we finished our season, and so it was like a planning meeting, and we had a consultant helping us, and he like announced that Biden was projected the winner from MSNBC, and like people were just like cheering, like someone was sobbing. There was like I had to turn my camera off so I could just quickly eye roll. COH is not including the detail where he said, "Congratulations, faggot," and then got fired from his job. Yeah. No, it was insane, man. And it was like, I don't know, like, I've been banned off Twitter, right? So I've not been, thankfully, that was on Saturday morning before the announcement took place. So I've not been able to like see the full extent of the fallout. But I think the downside is that it's made me check Facebook for the first time in like months. And there's some really bleak shit going on there, because like, it's like all the shit I filtered out of my Twitter through the algorithm and like blocking it and like saying rude shit to libs. But then it's like people that I know are saying it now. So it's like amplified and worse. Like, it's not people that like, it's just terrible. Like, you see people that are just losing their minds, like on both sides, to be fair, but like mostly libs that are like, hell yeah,
on
like,
both sides.
Happy for the I'm sure there's great people on both sides, mostly horrible people on both sides. But yeah, I mean, people talking about I can't wait until the president, like, I'm so happy the president's not going to be in the news the next few years, blah blah blah. And it's just like, come on, dude, that's the problem. Like,
yeah, exactly. No, you saw there were people stomping Cheetos out in Brooklyn.
Yeah,
like, they were stomping Cheetos. Slav, you might have missed like a lot of the lib pandemic, the other lib pandemic that was going on after the Trump win. But yeah, there was a lot of shit like that. Just like, you know what I mean? Like, the rad libs, I've spent so much time hating the rad libs. I forgot. Yeah, the shit libs really, like, they're out there. They exist. And
they're everywhere.
I mean,
these are the people that ate Russiagate up like it was just fucking pig slop. And then now they're like, don't you question the election?
Exactly.
No, dude, this is like a few people have been saying this. I will say, me among the first. What's Bappin is like the future of the fucking Democratic Party for the next like 4 years at least.
Oh God, help us.
Yeah, no, straight like I'm sorry, like, Assad, if you're listening to this, you need to get to a safe place right now. I actually don't want to make that joke, but yeah, no, man, it's a shit lib future. Let's just say it. Let's just say
Brunch. We're at Brunch right now. This is it. We're in the Terror Dome. That is Brunch.
Enter Thunderdome. It's just people having eggs Benedict. Yeah, I don't know, man. This shit's fucking stupid. I talked to my family members today who are conservative and supported Trump, and I don't know. I'm not like I'm pretty like I think that the response on the right is pretty laughable right now, but I was encouraged like talking to my family members and just being like, I mean, it's kind of surreal, like talking to a parent and being like, yeah, so like the thing you got to understand is like, this isn't like the first time this has happened, and like it's not really the last, and like maybe really instead of doing the thing where you guys go like, oh, like all the folks on the TV don't like my politics, like instead of just like doing that for like the third decade in a row, like what if you guys like just learned that like there's like when I'm talking about, you know, power structures, like maybe you should be listening to that, right? Like instead of bashing your fucking head against the wall over and over again, like literally, I don't know, I do genuinely believe like Trump agreed, we can debate that, but like Trump agreed to having an election where most of the ballots, a ton of the ballots were going to be mail-in, and yeah, they fucking cheated with mail-ins because like of course they would have fucking done that, but like
that's the game.
Well, no, exactly. And so like at that point, bro, like your job is to out cheat them. Like what the fuck are you talking about, dude? Like you know what I mean?
Disagree. Like, I disagree because
you can't just deny like the basic premise of the mail-ins, and then because that's the cover that all of the cheating is being done under for the most part.
Well, he's been saying that they'd rig through that for a long time, and like again, like you as far as him stopping it, there's not a lot he can do, right? I've been saying about this coup happening for like a year, and no point was I ever delusional enough to think that he could do anything about it. It's set up, right? I mean, that's why I've been saying that he's. That's why I said he's gonna lose.
I guess I thought that there maybe was something that could have been done about it. You know, I mean, like, well, I don't even want to like describe what that looks like necessarily, and to be honest, like going into like the next few years, I'm going to be like more paranoid about my activity online.
Sure.
But like,
of course.
Yeah. Now the AOC is talking about keeping a log of people that are saying like pro-Trump or whatever shit online.
Yeah. Slav, you and me, we're going straight to I'll see you in the camps, buddy.
No, I'll be fine. I was just saying the whole time, like, you know, there's nothing wrong with it. It's not for me, but there's nothing wrong with it.
COH is he's gonna see us across the chain link fence, be like, should have told you, don't play with that bourgeoisie politics.
Shit, and by the way, stay home, bro. Don't vote.
He was warning us.
Dude, and by the way, like, I think this is just like such a great example to point out. Like, we don't really fucking shit on tankies that much on the show, and like, yeah, fuck tankies. But I think that this is such a great opportunity of like to just point out like the radlib pink dyed hair girls that like LARP as fucking communists and like you know like unironically like make like gulag jokes and shit and think that like, you know, standing Stalin is cool. Like you realize like
Stalin. Okay.
Okay. So like they'll read that shit and like they'll think it's cool girl boss shit, right? I don't know. I just fuck them for this reason.
Crying testimonial about Kamala Harris just gave the first ever woman vice presidential speech, and it's so great to see. And it's restored our faith in our democracy.
I'll also say, by the way, I'll do a little bit of a CRK, Babe Ruth calling it thing here. I fucking said months ago that the id poll stuff was going to be used to selectively, like, marginally improve small portions of the population's quality of life.
Oh yeah.
So that the state can just like legitimate itself going into this austerity and like and just the fact that everyone's quality of life for the most part is going to be going down. I called that months ago.
Wait,
which one else was saying it? What's that?
Wait, which group are you talking about?
Just id poll generally, right? So you can just say like
Kamala, like black woman.
Yeah. Well, and that's like a symbolic one, right? But you can even say like just patronage for any of these marginalized groups
giving the discounted loans and how like discounted
yes,
interest rates for people that are of color that are looking to get new loans for their homes.
Exactly. And like people are starting to say that now. And I'll just say your boy SLAV called that months ago. So credit where it's due.
Yeah, that's an astute observation. I feel like that's just kind of like when you look at IDPOL and you have like a good head on your shoulders, that's kind of the logical conclusion there. And I don't mean to say that to like discount you calling it or anything, but more so to just say that your theory's working there, bud.
Yeah,
or your lack of theory, I guess.
Yeah, no, exactly. This is, which live stream I was on that fateful night. But no, exactly. I mean, like I talk to right-wing people I know, and like I say this all the fucking time to people I talk to, but like it's really fucking important that like even if we're arriving at the same conclusions, like if you're arriving at those for the wrong reasons, then like we're probably just going to be adversaries in a couple months once those reasons are relevant, right?
Unless you can see through them, like unless someone can get to you by saying, hey, look, we're both on the same page right now. Let's get to the root of why we're on the same page and how we got here. And let's like try to work back from there to see like what else we can use to build from. But no one wants to do that, right?
No one wants to do that. And like to your credit, like honestly, what I'm describing is exactly what your critique of nationalism would be, right? Is like we're all kind of on like this populist kind of tear, right? Except like once it gets time to like, unite in like a reasonable way, there's not actually class consciousness. There's kind of fervent support.
It's just ideology.
Exactly. And it's ideology that a lot of time can preclude cooperation. But anyways, my point is just that talking to a lot of right wingers and they talk about like, oh, the woke, and then like it's for social control. And this shit is always just like stated without comment or like qualifiers at all. And like social control means anything between like sending you to a labor camp in Siberia and like fucking chewing with your mouth closed,
to getting you to consent to something without any overt coercion.
Sure. Yeah. Which like is accurate for IDPOL, right?
Totally.
And like,
without a doubt. Like I was reading.
Just, they need to be more.
Sorry.
My point. Yeah. My only point just before like volleying it to you here is just like get a little more specific about it. You know what I mean? Because like if you think it's just like, oh, IDPOL bad, like preserve the West, or like, oh, I don't want authoritarianism. Like, okay, but like think about it a little deeper so that you'll actually be able to spot the thing you don't want when it actually comes to you, as opposed to just doing the thing where you're blindly just being like, I don't like that Iron Man's a black woman. I don't stop putting this in my comic books. You know what I mean? Like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. See, like, okay, you're having this reaction right now, and that doesn't mean that reactions are wrong. That reaction's coming from someplace. You just need to figure out what's driving that and like what are the material reasons for this reaction that you're having, so that you can like think about it and actually make it something you can incorporate into your actual like ideology or your theory or your like framework for understanding the world, rather than just being reactionary about it, which is like
exactly. Well, because if you're so like unfocused about it, people are going to call you a racist for the fact that you're just always having a violently negative reaction to the first thing you deem IDPOL, right? And like you haven't thought it through, so those people are going to look like they're correct most likely. Yeah. Because
if you come with just an equally off base of critique as the originally off base ideology is, then you're not going to get anywhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I don't know if I buy into this narrative that all of MAGA is on a racist.
No, that's not what we were talking about.
No,
here.
we were not saying that at all.
Oh,
no,
sorry.
And that actually reminds me also just that like you had said you're talking about it's a common thing we talk about, like, oh, like this social shit, right? Like is it gonna tamp down? Like is it gonna chill out? Is it gonna get worse, right? And like I am the worst predictor of any of this shit, but I know a lot of you guys are frequently saying like, yep, like the worst is yet to come, right? It'll keep going. And like for anybody listening, like all of the fucking narrative forging that we're watching right now, where people are saying, we won, thank God we won, but
it's confusing. confirming it.
But 48% of the country is still neo-fascist, and that in itself is such a loss.
Well, we can just dead this off rip. I mean, the proof was there. Minority people were voting for Trump in
higher numbers, and then the white people are woke now, actually. So Slav, congratulations, man.
Hey, thanks, dude.
We're in this together.
Well, to be fair, you're Italian.
Shit. Oh, true shit. Yeah, and I didn't vote, so let's just be fair.
Yeah, I'm a fucking wasp that voted for Trump. I mean, we are not the same.
Yeah, well, I think CRK. I think our original conversation here that we and Slav were having was not saying obviously that all MAGA people are like racist or neo-fascist or anything, but was more so saying that when you leave the right to be the only people to critique something like idpol or whatever, and they're left with critiquing something with a shaky footing of understanding the system as a whole, they don't have a good solid framework for understanding what they're critiquing or how to critique it. It's going to come across ineffectually. So rather than saying, idpol is just going to like, they're just trying to control what you can say and think, man, which is like to a degree correct, right? Like at its base level somewhere that's correct. But like what the real function of the idpol is to create a better cast, a better shell for the oppressiveness that's inherent in the system. So like, it's kind of like what we're talking about all the time about this like authoritarian state versus like the Huxleyan, like less authoritarian on the nose, and how it's sometimes more sinister. And it's like, I was reading this Michael Parenti book today. Since I don't have Twitter, I've been trying to go big brained a little bit. And it's talking about how like, and this is written in the 90s, but it's saying like conservative ideology permeates like most levels of corporations, blah, 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 blah. And this was like in the 90s post Reagan era when there was like a conservative shift. So there it's totally correct. And he starts talking about kind of more cultural things when he talks about this ideology. But then I started thinking now how instead they've started picking the things that are progressive culturally, but don't actually pose any threat, right, to actual capital relations in order to be woke capital, to rebrand itself, reshell. And it makes you more comfortable with the reality you're in, or at least some people, and it helps to raise that level of consent. And so I read this exact quote here that really reminded me of something we talked about, like when we talk about the Chinese model versus our model. And CRK and I agree on this for sure, talking about how like ideological orthodoxy permeates like our culture so much, masquerading as pluralism, democracy, and the open society, that it's often not felt as indoctrination. The worst forms of tyranny are those that are so subtle, so deeply ingrained, so thoroughly controlling as to not even be consciously experienced. So it's like we're seeing the system evolve right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that I mean, you go ahead. I've been talking a lot.
No, I mean, I think we've all agreed that right idpol is retarded. I mean, not retarded. Short-sighted is the word, I guess. I think we've all agreed on that. But I don't think that's reflected at all by the election. I don't think this election is.
No, that was just a separate point.
Well, I mean, that's why we're talking about it, right? Just because the election. I'm just saying, like, the election proved that this whole, the wokery shit is male shit, which is what I've been saying from the jump. It's like, it's not, underclass minorities that are disproportionately underclass. It's wokery is a foreign language then. It's tied to bougie shit. And Trump clearly was proving that it was exactly that. This election proved that entirely. I mean, it's pretty much to bed now as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing to
I think for most underclass people and for most people that have their heads on their shoulders as far as understanding what's going on around them, it's put to bed. But I don't like they're going to be using it. They're going to be trying to crank it up and using idpol and stuff as a like they're not going to let that down. They're going to keep
because what's that 1619 Project woman's like, well, it's white Cubans and they're not really Hispanic and
right. Well, and
whiteness whiteness is a evolving categorization, so we might apply that to it depends as needed is what she said, as needed.
Yeah. Well, when your critique what you're saying as like proving that doesn't work as being like that people voted more so for Trump is kind of a little bit playing into what we're saying is that when your critique is Trumpism, you're not going to be able to effectively really get to the root of what the issue is. Like when you have something that's not actually a full critique of it or a solution or anything, but is more just a reaction to it, not reactionary as isn't like, oh, this is the bad word reactionary, but just reaction to it, as in not solidly ideologically formed. Like everyone can admit Trump doesn't have a clear ideology, right? And like the Trumpism is a little bit more kind of ambiguous. So when you have something like that as a critique, even if it's gaining steam, it's not going to be able to be a powerful enough critique to be able to really put anything to bed. And they're going to double down on it. They're not like people that are libs that are thinking that these people are fascist or whatever. I'm going to be like, oh, well, a couple more black people voted for him, so here we go. They're going to be like, oh, we got to really, really work on undoing all of this now. And that's going to require more and more race science.
Because you're talking in the context of him losing and being refuting of that, right? I mean, I know we're not supposed to say this, but it was obviously rigged. I mean,
no. I'm not saying it's refuting it, dude. I'm saying you're using him's like amount of support as proof that like it's put to bed the woke ideology. I'm saying that it isn't. It's proof that the consciousness is there, that people are fighting back against it, but it's not put to bed, and it won't be because of the very fact that the critique wasn't a critique that
no. I don't mean it's going. I don't mean it's going put to bed as in it's gone forever. I'm saying that it's proven to be paper tiger.
I don't know. I think maybe to you it has. I don't think that's like the general consensus for everybody though. I mean, for me, obviously, I think that, but like I don't know if that's going to be the cultural shift that happens here.
Well, think about it like this, right? Like, well, because I agree. To be honest, I think we all agree on this point, and I think like I don't know, in my mind, data, right? Data and statistics and the 538 Fox and all these fucking perverts that have computer neck and fucking stare at their fucking LED screens all day. This is like what rules our fucking lives, right? Is fucking data. And like they're good at data if one can be good at data. And I think that sooner rather than later, there's gonna be some sleight of hand that is played to gain narrative control that will be the way libs bat down that message of voter turnout that we're talking about. And I think, and then they'll immediately get very smug about it, right? Because it is a contradiction that they need to. I mean,
they won't though. They never grapple with any contradictions.
No,
they'll be like, more black people were able to vote and more Mexicans were able to vote, and that's why more of them voted for Trump.
Well, not in like a meaningful way. Maybe I shouldn't have worded it that way. But what I mean is like, no, they'll find some way though to do numerical sleight of hand and make it so that every lib can go, you still believe that? Where'd you hear that, Tucker Carlson? Didn't you know that blah, blah, if you look at the numbers this way, actually blah 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 blah, up is down, helter skelter, blah blah blah. Like this is what they always do. This is what they always do. And then they always say, oh, facts matter, and like science is real, right?
Yeah,
and
trust
it's like,
science.
Yeah, and it's like, motherfucker, like you guys are like walking sales pitches like for like the reasons why people shouldn't fully buy into like empiricism. You know what I mean? Like you guys fucking play the fucking tables so easily. That's what I'm saying. It's like it is like a lesson, right?
For those willing to learn, I think.
Yeah, but like I think that the machine
lesson.
Exactly.
I don't think it's going to be strong enough.
The machine's going to tidy it up real quick.
Right. I mean, we all agree on all this. We've talked about it many times, but we're just talking about public opinion. We're talking about mandate of these
it's
ideas.
A great
That's
indicator
in light of the election. And I mean, again, this is all based on the idea that the consensus majority opinion is in line with the Democrats and the neo-lib ideology, and I still don't believe that. And again, I know I watched in real time as Trump won the first night, and then in the middle of the night there's tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of ballots that come in out of nowhere, 100% for Biden, and swing the election in key districts just enough to win it for Biden. And it takes place over 3 days has been of calling the election. 3 days has been going on, and I'm supposed to take that as a mandate. Again, I mean, if we go back a week ago, they were saying it's going to be a landslide victory for Biden everywhere, double digits everywhere, and that was gone the night of. And as I said a year ago, that there would be this coup, and and 6 months ago I was saying that Trump will win, and then over the next couple days there'll be these votes that come in that just marginally eke it out for Biden,
sure,
in a few crucial locations. And that's exactly what happened. And I mean, we all watched in the middle of the whole thing happening in real time, people posting things, people saying, this looks strange, this is weird, oh, this data looks weird, this video looks weird, and it get taken down, it get removed, the people whose accounts that posted it suspended, all that shit. And you know, Trump posts something and then there's some Twitter censor warning, very like, you know, and then people are telling me that this is normal, and then I keep being told this is all normal, which is just insane. There's never been an election anything remotely like this, as far as I can remember in living memory, and I've never heard of anything like this. So, you know, that is just absurd on its face. And I mean, I don't know what else to tell somebody. I mean, it's rigged. I mean, I can't come on here and lie.
It was rigged way before the ballots started coming in the mail. Like, it was rigged the minute that they started. Every single media news outlet, every single commercial on TV, every single app was telling you he's a fascist and he needs to leave and that our democracy is on the ticket. The minute that like, it's been rigged from the get. Right,
but we're talking about public opinion. We're talking about, do people, the masses, believe it? Where is that's the whole thing we're talking about, right? The battle of consensus and ideas, and what's the majority opinion. That's what's really at stake in this whole election.
No, because the election never shows the majority's opinion. That's what bourgeois elections are like made for. Of course they don't believe what the libs are saying. Of course most underclass people don't believe what the libs are saying, just as much as they don't believe what the fuck Trump was saying either, because he's also a bumbling fucking fool who's just a bourgeois billionaire or millionaire businessman who's just a piece of shit too. Like, and he has been from the get. And yeah, he's on the side that is more combative to global capital and the spread of global capital at this moment. But like, he's still a faction of the bourgeoisie. Like, and I mean, that's just, to me, that's all it ever was. And it needs to be put to bed at the end of the day. And it's a great indicator of the public consciousness of saying, oh yeah, a lot of people supported him in a way that's like just out of spite or just pushing back, or who knows what it is. Like, he spoke to more material stuff than the libs. So it's a good, like, bourgeois elections will only ever be a good indicator of what the class consciousness is at or what it's ready for. And I think that, CRK, you're right in saying that, yeah, most people don't buy into this shit. Like, most just normal people, especially apolitical people, don't buy into like the race science and whatever the libs are selling. But that's the overwhelming majority narrative that is on all of media, all of everything. And that's what the hegemony is like setting in place. So
it's the ideology of the ruling class.
Yeah, exactly. And they want to perpetuate it and they want it to continue. So obviously Biden's going to win. You know, if it comes down to it, the GOP will probably sell Trump upriver after everything, and they'll probably try to lock him away so they can say, oh, like all of this like irregularities and stuff where like the state went mask off with how violent it is and how oppressive it is and everything. That was just this one man and he's just crazy and we're going to put him in jail because he's bad. Right. And it's like, no, that's what the whole system does. And that's like, he's just a representation of it. And he's right now his interests as far as like what would happen with protectionism, et cetera, are more in line with progressive and positive things for the working class as far as with trade goes and material change. But like at no point in time was he ever a working class candidate, or was that like something that he ever cared about? No, I know you definitely didn't say that. But like, it's not, I don't think it matters to get into like the fact that like no one's going to believe that these mail-in votes came in late and so they must not be for Trump. Like, unless they prove it in court, which they 100% will not do, then like no one's going to believe it. And that's just the fact of it. And if they can't look and see what the media narrative was set 6 months ahead of time, that's how people should, like, you shouldn't be trying to explain to people, oh, the system's rigged, look at what happened to Trump. You should use that maybe if you need to break through, but be able to say like, hey, why the fuck would it come down to Trump or Biden in the first place?
Well, I think also just saying like just being like give me a solid art to anyone that's rightfully acknowledging that there was rigging, that this is illegitimate. Like, just be like, okay, like that's dope, right? Like we hate the Democrats, we hate Sleepy Joe, fuck all of them. But like, get a little deeper, right? Like straight up, like, what's your argument for this not being the case every other time? You know what I mean? And
again, that's presuming that this is a normal election. That's presuming that this is, again, the things that I was hearing from a lot of leftists, some anti-woke leftists, is just this, oh yeah, well, this rigging is standard. This amount of rigging occurs in every election, which is bullshit. It's blatant bullshit. I've never seen anything remotely like this. And again, the level of fear that they induced in people with the rapid, immediate, real-time shutdown down and censoring of everything, right? That shit was real. There's people DMing me like, yo, I know this shit is real, but I can't fucking talk about it. They're DMing me about it. I'm like, why don't you just say it? Like, why are you DMing me about it? They're like, yo, I can't talk about this, but like, this is fucking crazy. Like, this is obviously fucking
and that's hegemony and process right there. And that's like why it's not going to be effective to use this as an argument, like as a whole. It will for some people, like it will for conservative people on the right. You use it as an inroad to like sow distrust of the system, which is already there, especially once they've ousted Trump, who's the only person.
I don't care about distrust. All I care about is the fact that the end goal of this, right? The end goal of this is to solidify the idea that this is there was no popular mandate for anything Trump was doing, and that the popular mandate is with the liberals. That's the whole end game messaging. That's why they wanted a landslide. That's why they projected it. That's why they were disappointed off rip that it wasn't a landslide. That's the image that they're trying to present, is that all the Russiagate impeachment, kids in cages, BLM, Me Too, and COVID, that shaped public opinion. That's the things that were pumped straight out from the media is what people took in and believed genuinely in their hearts. Again, this is what we were talking about last episode, hearts and minds, right? That's the end goal of this. Not about who wins. Again, I said he was going to lose months ago, right? The whole thing is about hearts and minds, and they're trying to project like they have hearts and minds off of this. And it's bullshit. It's a load of fucking bullshit. If they had hearts and minds, they wouldn't need to be scrambling around deleting everybody's tweets and accounts that said anything, questioning anything about the election. Wouldn't need to be done. That's not really capturing hearts and minds. If you need to, enlist Silicon Valley to run around and put blinders on everything, that doesn't sound like hearts and minds to me. I'm talking strictly about that. I'm talking about hearts and minds. I'm talking about mandate, consensus. That's what I'm talking about.
I totally agree with you there.
Yeah, I don't think any of us disagree. I think like what me and COH are just trying to say is like with all of that like in mind, like what is the more forward-thinking, constructive takeaway or way to frame this, right? Because again, like I've listened for fucking years to conservative family members be like just talking to any fucking conservative and being like, can you believe how biased the fucking media is? And it's like, yeah, no, I get it. And so now like we still always hear that shit, and they're right. And then people will be like, oh my God, like it was close and they got disproven and they stole it from Trump. And it's like, yeah, no, like that's true. And I don't want it to be like,
well, yeah, I agree. You
get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I get the conversation should be constructive, but all I see is a black-pilled deconstructive conversation, which is basically like, oh, this is what the popular opinion is. This is the consensus. Anybody who tries to but this is what's going on outside. This is what I'm talking about. It's like this idea of like all the lib narratives. Oh, people actually were terrified of COVID. They really were scared about Russiagate. They really were worried about these phone calls to Lev Parnas. Like this is what really mattered to people, because that's what the media said. If you watch the media, that's what they say. Like this is what people care about.
Oh, dude, that's what Kamala was saying in her speech. Like I was watching football last night and they like cut the football game to put on fucking Kamala Harris's speech with Joe Biden in Delaware.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I was fucking livid, dude. Me and my roommate were like, okay, why the fuck would you show me Kamala right now when I'm trying to watch football? And you had to switch. Anyways, whatever. They put it in and she's like, yeah, like so glad that like our democracy is restored and like blah, blah, blah. So totally, you're right, CRK. Like they're going to use this as, oh, we've got the mandate and like this is a proof. This is a rebuttal of all of Trumpism and this is finally going to put that to bed and blah, blah, blah. No shit. Like no doubt. And I feel like anyone that's not a fucking TV baby or some sort of like absolute shit lib should be able to see that. Like most people understand the fact that like, wait a minute, okay, this ain't going away, you know? Like I don't know. I mean,
but you guys see, but as far as what's being constructed, right? You guys see the angle of,
oh yeah, that's the narrative they're going to try to sell.
Politics is dead now. Caring about politics is pointless. Log off, grill, black
mutual
pill.
Aid.
Well, yeah, or just the idea that like, there is no way to impact this.
Sure.
To impact what's going on around us, and if you have two eyes and you can admit to yourself that it was rigged and it was a coup, then you might as well just fucking check out completely and give up. And that's the narrative. And if you're a libtard, then basically the narrative is, well, everything goes the way they say on the news. So what's the whole debate? There's nothing nothing to debate anymore. There's no discourse. There's nothing to, oh, well, why is this? Why is that? There's one concise set of answers for everything, and it comes from CNN, and that's it. You know what I mean? If that's the end all be all, then that is depoliticizing. That is, and again, during Obama and Biden, we saw 8 years of that. That was depoliticizing.
That's their trajectory they want us to do. Like that's and that's like how you see all these NGOs. Like NGOs are a growing sector, and like you can see that like they are gonna be booming after this because it's gonna become that like the other side of the market of that black pill, which is, oh, we can't do anything on electoral scales. Oh, we can't do it, which is like correct to an extent, but like you should still be fighting for it and pushing for it. But like they're gonna use that to say, oh, well, like either you're a lib and everything's great, and like just the government has these externalities that need to be fixed. It's nothing with the system, just like charities can help this out and some welfare can help some stuff. Or you're gonna have people that are like, oh, completely black pilled and mutual aid's the only way to go. So like you should work for an NGO, or like you should do like take it on yourself. It's just individualizing. It's just like neoliberalism is just solidifying itself with Biden and Harris, and that's what like the whole like I mean like that's kind of what Trump served to do. Even if it was like it totally, you know, if it was a natural reaction to everything, the way that it's going to function is that it's going to push everything just to the center and solidify power into one solid junction.
And that's the thing that I've been that's an interesting point you make about like the function of Trump. I think like outside of himself, obviously, but like I don't know. I was I forget like how, I mean, I forget the severity of my brain worms, right? And so like when I'm talking about politics with you know friends in real life and everything, like I found myself like talking to my roommate the other night about like, well, you know, like I think this is in a way like tragic, right? And he's like, what? Right? Like, and I guess I like realized, like I got like I had this realization right there of like, oh right, like I just did the thing where I said like Hitler losing is kind of bad, and like I had forgotten that people feel this way, right? And it's the like it is kind of sad that like regardless of like how bad MAGA was and all of that, like this was just like the pre-programmed Washington machine, just like, you know, it's like the end of it was like end of history once again, right? Just like
power consolidating.
We're just like exactly right, like we're just gonna consolidate, and like we're just gonna shove you back into like another merry-go-round of like the liberal democratic consensus. And like I
think that's why they let Trump win in the first place, like over Hillary.
Well, that's an interesting thought. I like just this idea of like liberal democracy is failing, and this was an alternative to that, and this is something that you can see the world over with other right-wing populists. And like I don't know, I don't want to do the thing where I go like, oh, it should have been Bernie and Trump, but like no, we went back, like they forced us to just like go back to sleep on the sinking ship, and like there's something tragic about that in my mind.
Sure. I mean, look, this is I'm not going to do this thing where I'm going to pretend that it's the same either way between Trump and Joe Biden or Trump and Hillary Clinton.
That is literally like so far from what I was just saying.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about what okay. A lot of that's not what you're talking about. I'm making a different point about like that they're
okay. My bad.
No, yeah. I know that you're not saying that. I'm saying that you voted for him. I know you know that. Just like,
hey, keep it down, man. Keep it down.
Yeah, I'll wipe this. Actually, I'll wipe that part. But either way, I'm like,
AOC is listening in.
Oh, yeah,
that sounds good to me.
Yo, fuck that fucking cunt. Yo, the nerve of that fucking bitch. Yo, I hope she fucking I hope she fucking remembers that I fucking voted for Trump. I hope she fucking makes a note of that. That's the nerve of that fucking cunt to say that shit. Yo, that shit got me tight. This fucking anyways. So anyways, besides that, like, you know, as far as them being the same, that all these leftists are saying, oh, it's the same either way. You know, obviously I've made this case a million times, but like now we see it manifesting. Now you see a lot of leftists now changing their tone, right? Because they have to do this rebranding where now they have to be like, oh, well, Biden won, so now we have to pretend to be against him now, even though we sucked his dick for 6 months. And now they're rebranding and they're saying like, oh, it's what was that Jacobin cuck was like, oh, it's so weird that people were saying Trump was fascist. That's kind of weird. It's like, oh, really? You think that's fucking weird? You think that's fucking weird, you fucking cuck, you fucking stupid piece of shit? And TrueAnon is like, I just want to say like, whatever, I'll bleep it, whatever. I don't know why people were supporting Trump. Biden. Biden's pretty bad. Oh, really?
Yeah, it's weird that this tree grew that
that's
I
weird that
they said after that whole fucking thread of Brace Belden being like, by the way, I'm just going to go out of my way to just invalidate every argument for why someone would vote against Joe Biden. That's the thing. It's like just the idea that no one ever just floated the idea that like, regardless of how, well, anyway, sorry. They're saying, TrueAnon now is saying that, it's funny that all these leftists stopped airing these videos that they used to run when Bernie was running about how Biden was going to cut Social Security and Medicare. That's so weird that it's kind of not a good look, bro. Saying this right after Biden's got it in the bag, basically. It's like, oh, that's funny. That's funny you say that now, right? That's funny you mention that now when some of us, or I know I was at least, bringing up this very point for months now. So it's just so disingenuous, and they're trying to play it like Trump was the worst evil, so it makes sense to self-censor. And now we're about to find out that he's not the worst evil. That clearly, and I already see a lot of people making this realization, and it'll come to you in time if it hasn't already. But Dick Cheney coming back in foreign policy, you know what I mean, and re-entering the TPP, the fact that Trump got out of, threatened to veto renewing the Patriot Act, and you know Biden's going back in that shit. Obama.
Bro, Lindsey Graham was talking about just the other day, with the Republican Senate and Biden as president, I'm confident that we'll be able to address the nation's debt again.
Dude, exactly, dude. Wall Street and all these insiders are saying like, yeah, they're celebrating right now. Bezos and Bill Gates are happy, are congratulating. Imagine if Trump won. You think if Trump won, they'd be happy about Trump winning? Of course not. Of course not. That is a significant difference. No one on the left can make this false equivalency to me. Nobody can. I don't care what you're saying. Their level of power they have, these two individuals I just named, compared to the rung below them, is astronomical. Astro-fucking-nomical. So I don't want to hear that they're equivalent and it makes no difference either way. And it's not just them congratulating them. Like, dude. I don't know what to say, man. This is very, very clear. It is not even either way. And again, people are seeing it now. People are already seeing it. And this is what they want. And they're all, the point I was going to make was that they're happy now because they're saying a GOP Senate and a Biden presidency is the perfect combination because now we can resume gridlock, doing nothing, which is what they did with the COVID relief, doing nothing. And Trump was saying, I'm walking away from this. I'm just want the $1,200 check straight up into people's pockets. No funny shit, no pork. And they say no. Mitch McConnell says no. Pelosi says no. The two of them are in agreement because what they want is the same old gridlock kayfabe bullshit that they've been doing because they're the same group, the neo-libcons. They've always been the same, and they don't want Trump. All these people are like, oh, it's so weird that the GOP would turn on Trump. I can't imagine them turning on Trump. They were telling me this months ago, like, what, are you stupid enough to think the Republicans would turn on Trump? They have no idea.
Dude,
what the fuck is going on.
The left thinks this entire time that polls about Republican voters are so happy with Trump and all that. All his approval ratings are so high. They most of them seem like they have no idea that the GOP has fought him a great deal over the last 4 years. And so this entire they completely sold him up the fucking river. Yeah. Of course they sold him up the river. And people just not acknowledging that is fucking funny. And and I don't know, like for anybody listening, I love that we're using this term so much this episode. If there's any shitlibs listening right now, like this does matter because maybe it sounds like, humanizing people that don't need it. And if you think that way, I think you're kind of fucked up and whatever, but also it's good to understand your opponent, right? It's good to actually know what the fuck is even happening, right? As opposed to telling yourself fictions about the people that you disagree with, like just a complete lack of understanding. And like I do think that Trump, like an actual honest reading of him, was so clearly this like elevated thing that was discourse policed really, really, really strictly and obviously, to where just ever talking about him, I mean, it was already just like hardly appropriate to like acknowledge that he's really funny, right? Which is absolutely going to be the thing that I miss before anything else, I think.
Oh, sure.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, these Dems, they're kind of sick, you know?
This is the whole thing with that I've been saying for the longest is like, get rid of Trump and, magically all the fascists and white supremacists and all them, they just disappear. It's like a video game. You get rid of the boss and all of them disappear. They're not gone, right? All that frustration. Again, if you were against the trade deals that the neolib-cons have done for the last couple decades, right? The only person who ever obstructed it was Trump. If you were against regime change for that period of time, the only single candidate who ever did anything to slow that down was Trump. Okay, the difference between Romney and Obama is non-existent when you look at it this way, because that is electoral bourgeoisie politics where it's like, oh, it makes no difference. Of course it makes no difference because that's what it was a decade ago, not now. A decade ago, that is true because they're both going to do regime change. They're both going to do trade. They're both going to do everything pretty much the same with some minor aesthetic differences. Trump was not that. He was clearly not one of them. And the proof that, again, all these people that think that the neocons that Trump is just another neocon, why would they stab him in the back if he was one of them? Why would they do that? Does that make any sense power dynamics wise? If he's their popular guy and he's one of them, why would they do that? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how this doesn't click with people. I don't know what it will take to click. And again, we're gonna go to war. We're gonna go into a trade deal. We're going to do more surveillance. We're going to do a bunch of we're gonna do austerity.
Lockdowns.
We're gonna do real fucking austerity. Yeah, we're gonna do climate change lockdowns. We're gonna do all types of different shit.
Guys, we're gonna go into an economic depression, and they're talking about the deficit right now.
Imagine all this nightmarish shit happening plus Bush plus Bush politics of like let's all the Bush people that supported Biden, they all rehab Bush because they all the people that were like, oh, are they gonna rehab Trump like they did Bush? Dude, they rehab Bush strictly to form a wedge against Trump, strictly for that reason. They wouldn't have done that otherwise.
Well, Trump served to like be able to rehab that neolib, like neocon, ghoulish, horrible shit that people realized was like, this is kind of fucked up. Trump like was able to work as a opposing quote unquote further right and more dangerous force that they could be like, let's solidify against this thing over here. And now the quote unquote left and the norms or whatever moves further to the right. Cultural stuff that's superficial, that's more ephemeral, that may be like quote unquote to the left, whatever, like woke capital shit. But as far as economic policy goes or anything, it's moved handily to the right. And that's the function that Trump was served for the bourgeoisie as a whole. Like he was able to give them like a faux opposition in a way that allowed them to be able to solidify their power more so, and not only solidify power, but shift everything. Like people talk about, oh, we're going to move the Overton window to the left. We're going to pull Biden left. Hell fucking no. It just took a big jump to the right.
Yeah. I mean, I think, and this is like, what CRK has been saying, but like, I think that it would have been worth acknowledging that like his opposition to that, I don't think is faux relative to like
political. That's not faux.
Yeah, relative to our political system, that isn't faux, right? But I understand like the angle you're coming at it from, but like most people aren't framing the entire thing.
Yeah, they would have killed him if it was like a whole thing though. Like that's kind of like what CRK was saying about Bernie. Like if he was like a huge threat down the line, they would have killed him. Right, like they wouldn't have let him near power. So when I say faux, I don't mean like like he doesn't actually, and his base isn't actually a reaction against it or actually a real force. I'm just saying more so like allowed in a way.
Well, yeah, because he's I think he was oppositional to the extent that people that actually choose to participate in the game are oppositional, if that makes sense.
Right. To the degree where the tax cuts are going to remain the same, the wealth transfer will remain the same.
Exactly. Like, but again, like we're talking about people that were engaging in voting, so like that distinction is meaningless to begin with, because like, you get what I'm saying. But yeah,
if your job's at risk of trade, of getting outsourced by trade, then you're going to vote in your self-interest, and that won't be a faux opposition to you.
No, totally not.
If you're thinking in a very macro intellectual sense, you're going to be thinking, well, this is inconsequential.
No, I'm just thinking about the function of his campaign, like as far as for the political economic system, like as a whole, not so much as like what does it represent. Like we just discussed what it represents by saying that it's a rebuttal towards like woke culture, et cetera, right? So like I'm just trying to comprehend why would they let him into office, right? If he is going to actually be a real threat, and like kind of how does what just happened over the past 4 years play into global capital and our national capital scheme as a whole? Because I think it's important to try to like understand what the overall game plan is there.
Yeah,
and I'm not saying that he's not like a real reactionary, or that people like didn't actually support him and that people weren't voting for them in their own self-interest or anything like that. I think we all agree on that, and we're well past that. But I guess that was just me being trying to be a little more high-minded, I guess, than we were doing.
I do think that like right now the best function that he could do is to like just do as much narrative damage to the democratic process that this country has. Like I think that right there does, in like I guess the higher level that I'm trying to keep in mind here. Like I think that that's probably the way forward with it. I see him likely just continuing 4 more years of rallies and maybe trying to keep some kind of like populist fervor. And like, to be honest, I just don't see how that's going to happen. And I think that's kind of sad, but like, I think that populism in like the American political system is like probably pretty dead for right now. Though I don't know, like maybe like they down ticket shit. Right. But yeah, I think that like the best fucking thing he could do is just keep contesting it and just like make people, just accelerate it a little bit. I don't want to just be
open now for populism. Like I think obviously like they want you to think this is the resounding blow against populism, and I don't ever see a populist leader being able to get the nomination in the Democratic or the Republican Party at all. But I think that now is a great window to draw on that populist energy, because like there obviously was a populist movement for Bernie to an extent. You had underclass apolitical people that voted for him that didn't vote for people previously. And then there's also the same thing as it goes with Trump too. And you're getting distrust for the system out of this. You're going to have people on the right that are like, what the fuck is going on? So I think there's a vacuum now. And like, I think if Trump was smart and if he was trying to make his brand of politics a real thing, he'd take his money and he'd take his business prospects and he'd go to some small towns that are in some areas that flip the election, that have dying economies, and he'd fucking put some shit there and he'd try to turn their economy around a little bit while he's pumping whoever his son or whoever the fuck else wants to step up into that role, and then try to make an actual populist front from there. I don't think that he'll do that though. I'm not really sure what his end game is as far as politics going forward. I think he's probably going to try to lay low and like not be put in jail, or if that's going to happen anyways, they're going to try to, then he's going to try to ramp it up to get public support to not be.
I think that the current fight is over. And I think it's just like, just trying to maintain energy. Yeah. I don't know if, I don't know. That's an interesting case you make. I don't.
Yeah, I think the door is open. I don't think populism is dead. Again, I mean, this is what I said last time, is like, there's, when you really understand the power dynamics of Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates and the top elite want a desired outcome from this election, right? And and people are asking, why did they rig it in 2016 then if they can rig it now? It's like, they didn't think he was going to win. And you're right, COH, if he was a real threat to the wealth transfer, to something really critical, he wouldn't be within a mile of being being president, right? He's within the acceptable range, and then they thought he still got no shot, right? And he surprised. It was an anomaly, right? As far as him coming through, they did not expect it. They didn't make the preparations for it, and this time they did. This time they made the preparations for it. And as far as like people supporting him, not making a difference, when it's that stacked against you, everybody, and I said this last time, everybody that put up the effort to resist it is extremely meaningful. Because if people had been blackpilled and just been like, oh, well, they're going to rig this anyway, so fuck it, they would have had a landslide the night of the election. And they would have said, see, it's like exactly what we told you. People don't like that he's making these phone calls in with the Ukraine. Like, that's why, it's people are upset by the corruption and all the things the wokery and the Russiagate shit we've been talking about. That's why. See, we're vindicated. So everybody who had them upset and crying the night of, that's what that contributed, and that is extremely meaningful because it broke the narrative that they still dominate everything top down. They don't dominate it because it wouldn't have been that close. They needed 3 days of finding random ballots in the middle of the night every day in every single marginal slim swing district to swing this. That's what they needed to do. So if you had checked out, it wouldn't have been the case. So, and that's the thing. Yeah. I mean, again, it's not a marginal difference between Trump and them. And, as far as what comes next, I think this might open the avenue for the idea of, a real realignment in terms of like, hey, look, this year they got better at shutting out left populism and right populism. They got way more efficient at it, and they were more prepared for it this time because they've been thinking about it for a while. They've been planning this. So at that point, maybe your group alone isn't enough, and maybe there needs to be a re-strategizing of what we can do to gain the... Yeah, I remember I saw you saying this to us before they fucking shut you down and fucking Jack flipped out, and the real reason why he locked down your account, not because you said he likes feet or some shit, right? But yeah, I mean, that basically, I think that door that you're talking about is open in terms of like...
Absolutely.
Now there's this awareness of like...
Use Mitch McConnell fucking Trump over right before the election and stalling to not pass a bill to show how the GOP turned against Trump, who was the only kind of semblance of populism. And then look to the left and use how they consolidated power and how Iowa went just kind of the exact same way this election's going, and how they use that to consolidate power and snuffle out any left populism. And you go to the people who voted begrudgingly for the people who may be GOP, like down ticket that Trump said to go support, or you go to people who begrudgingly voted for Biden that may still like even though there are these horrible ghoulish like leftists that like manufactured consent for Biden all the way through, there's also regular fucking people that voted for Biden too that are misled, just as there are people who vote for Trump maybe for the wrong reasons. Like I can sit here and say like, yeah, I voted for Trump, like I would vote for Trump for labor reasons, et cetera, and it's like a rational decision. But like that doesn't mean everyone that voted for Trump voted for him for those reasons, just like everyone that voted for Biden didn't vote for him because they're shitlibs or whatever. So like you take that and you use that as an example to show, hey, yes, obviously global capital preferred Biden to win this election right here. But at the same time, look at how the left snuffled Bernie out to make sure that happened. And then look on the right and see how that party allowed that to happen, and how the GOP moved and fucked Trump like a dog the night of the election, and how Fox is now doing it too, and how all of these people are actually the same fucking party. And you can use that to open a door to go against like some third rail door. And I definitely don't think that like the third party would win in the next election cycle. Maybe not the next 3, 4, 5, hell, maybe not even more than that. But them being fucked and snuffled out, even though they're gaining support over and over and over again, like even if ideology is like they're trying to bolster it and make neoliberalism stronger than ever, it is cracking. And yes, the Trump campaign is proof of that, regardless of what the function of it was or not. It's a good litmus test for where people are at. And so people are starting to look around and say, what the fuck?
Yeah, as far as what
differences between what the elite are telling us and what we're actually experiencing materially are vast. And people can't just keep being lied to. Like people are lied to, and it's happened forever, but people are waking up to it. And shit like this that just kind of sows more distrust in the system, etc., is going to be helpful. And the reason why they're going to try to push the narrative that, oh, this is actually a reaffirmation of democracy, etc., is proof in itself that everyone is questioning it and no one has faith in it, because they're having to tell you that it is proof.
That's true. That's very true. And I think Slav is right in terms of what he's saying of like populism is dead. I think you're right if I'm thinking in the context of converting these parties, converting the GOP and the DNC and making them yield the left populism or right populism. That is dead, and that should have been dead a while ago. And I think Bernie, his wind and his strength in the primaries and 2016, and Trump actually winning, I think that sort of gave a false hope of like, oh no, these parties can be yielded to the outside groups. Right?
No doubt.
And now this year they were just like, no, we're not, no, that's not happening. And I think that, that is dead. And I think is what I've been saying, because now we're talking about AOC Tucker, right? That what we've been suggesting of 2024 or whatever, something along those lines,
which is not going to fucking happen.
Yeah, and we have disagreements about how that is, but in my mind, or forget Tucker, they're going to put some Bush neocon up, right? So
it's going to be Marco Rubio.
Yeah, Marco Rubio versus like Michelle Obama. Oh no, fuck it, Kamala.
Yeah, exactly, something like that.
Yeah,
something like
Kamala.
that. Yeah, where they're not even entertaining anything remotely populist, and it's just going to be back to the way it was, right? I think that seeing that coming and knowing that that's coming, I think that's good for everybody who's got economic interests on the left and the right, who's disaffected and getting fucked by this system. For them to realize, hey, there is no converting these two. I think that's what Seawitch has been saying a lot too. Is like there is no converting this thing the way it is, the way it's been established. There is no converting that. You need something else. You need to, whatever it is. I don't know what it is, but you need to start thinking of something outside of this. Because
Nosball gang, let's fucking go, dude. It's time to start the outreach to angry MAGA people, dude. That's what we've been trying to do from the first place. But everyone should be doing that right now. And if you don't think that, or you can't see that, you're fucking retarded, or you're lying to yourself, or your class interests make it so that you don't do that.
Yep. And if Trump had won, it might have been worse in the long run, because they might have become, with the impression of like, oh no, the GOP, they're our bitch. They do what Trump says. Like,
GOP's our friend.
Yeah. Or just the fact that like, Trump winning, and it's just him. It's just one individual. He's, reshaped the whole GOP forever.
I'm glad that that he, like, now you can see that they're also equally wanting to fuck him, and the only people that didn't fuck him in the first place and turned Lincoln Democrat or whatever were people who were using him momentarily because they saw that it was in their better interest.
Exactly.
And you can look and see and say, oh look, like Lindsey Graham and all these fucking people who were primaried and who barely won, those people would not have won without Trump people voting for them because he told them to, right? Like a year before, after, like 2 years ago, saying that Lindsey Graham like couldn't even fuck his own wife or whatever the fuck he would say about him.
Exactly. He was insulting all of them and calling them corrupt, and then they were saying in meetings, they're like, "Oh, Lindsey Graham's got a video where he's like, yeah, my party's going insane. I can't believe we're fucking electing Trump. This is fucking wild. Like, I can't believe he's our nominee." They're all degrading him and saying he's got no shot. He's a clown. He's outside of this. He's not part of us. And then they change tune a year later, and because exactly what you said, they know where the wind is blowing, so they're playing the game for the time being. But ultimately, and for all the libs saying the entire time, like, oh no, actually, where's their conscience? They know that this is wrong and they need to be against Trump or whatever. And whatever they did for the cameras to appeal to those Trump people or whatever, to the movement or whatever, at the end of the day, where their bread is buttered, and where they lie, and they show it. And now they can't hide it anymore. And that's what this whole thing was like. They couldn't hide it. This is exactly where they are, and they had to out themselves that way. And hopefully nobody thinks that there's a populist way to turn the DNC or GOP after today. Hopefully that's not still. I mean, I know it's still there, but hopefully
that should have been taking the legs out of like years ago. Like I knew that shit at like 14 after going to like social studies class. Like it's just like it's crazy to me. But like obviously like not everyone's operating on that level. So you're like, this should be a good defining blow to be able to point to try to work through some of that.
Yeah, I don't know. I like maybe. Yeah, I like just this the entire like discourse that's happened with like Bernie makes me like a little less optimistic about that. But I don't know if we want to like
about how they just went straight to the middle basically after.
Well, just that like the left hasn't even really like gotten the message about this. So like I don't know. I was telling my brother maybe Josh Hawley becomes the right wing AOC and kind of becomes like the heir apparent of populism in that way, but is just a shill. I don't know. I'm not particularly optimistic, but I do think that it is meaningful to look, I don't know Howley well enough to make heads or tails of that really, but I do think that this is like a good time to to talk to ex-MAGA people for sure. I don't know. I mean, I was really surprised just talking to my family today and just like saying a lot of the stuff that typically seems so shit's pretty crazy right now. And like people are receptive to like hearing some shit that would otherwise seem pretty fucking crazy.
There are cracks in neoliberalism's armor and you can get through.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I mean, this is just anecdotally speaking, but the amount of like right-wing people in the last couple of days that have like drifted towards my account or like interacting with me more is like significantly higher. And why would they talk? You know, I'm a fucking darky radlet. Why would they fucking talk? I mean, I'm joking, obviously, but like, you know what I mean? Like, why would they? You know, they shouldn't entertain what I say. I supported Bernie. Like, they shouldn't even entertain that. But the whole thing is like, there is this grand disillusionment, you know, going around where it's just like people looking for something different, some other avenue. And look, if the end solution is like what some of us have been saying, where we're just going to get a return to normalcy, like the libs have said, right? This idea that we're just going to go back to Bush, Clinton, back and forth till the end of time. This was some weird blip anomaly in history and it'll be forgotten about. Right. I don't believe that for a second. I've never believed that. I don't believe that. And this is the thing. If we do have that for the next 4 years or even the next 8 years or whatever, you can guarantee the next time there's a ripple like this in terms of some populist, pushback on this, right? Whatever form it may take, it will be a lot more extreme and it will be a lot less negotiating with this system because people will be more desperate. It's as simple as that. The more desperation, the more that the more they have to open up the conversation and the discourse. They have to. So, I'm not black-pilled about shit. And at the end of the day, whatever they need to do to kick the can, to pump in stimulus money to keep this thing running for however long they need to is fine. Because at the end of the day, they only delay the inevitable. They only delay the pain. And it has to be paid at some point. You can't keep gutting people and making people poorer and poorer and raising their cost of living. You can't keep doing this and consolidating wealth and making the underclass grow and be more severe and do more austerity. You can't keep doing this over and over and over and not expect something to happen. History shows this. There has to be there has to be something, maybe not a complete breaking point, but there will be more and more pushback on this. There has to be. But, if you want to take the view of like, oh yeah, the libs are right and this is all, end of history, we're going back to brunch or whatever. No. If you really genuinely believe that, cool. I mean, you believe that if you have to, if you want to, whatever. We'll find out. We'll find out very, very soon if that's true. We'll find out.
Yeah, all these just like the Trump thing, like and populism coming up around the globe. This is all just like small contradictions coming to light and people grappling with them. And it's going to keep happening. And it's going to keep happening no matter what, no matter how much they try to snuffle out, no matter how much they kick it down the court. These are quantitative changes that slowly come up over time. And they're going to lead eventually to a qualitative change, be that in a positive direction or a bad one. Who's to say, really? But things will hit a breaking point and things will change. And I think that's why it's important to try to work on planning that change out a little bit, or at least trying to talk about the way that it's currently projected to go and what the difference is between how that might look and what would be best for more normal fucking working people.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's why we should start a third fucking party, Fed Post party, COH is running for government. Let's fucking go, baby. American Workers Party. Let's go. Like,
well, yeah. I unironically agree. Yeah. I think that, well, yeah, in that vein, absolutely. I think there needs to be something.
Fed Post party, baby.
Bro, if I had like actual money and institutional power, I would totally go out and try to start like something innocuous, something that's not like socialism, communism, whatever by name, like American Workers Party, something like that, like draw a nationalist feeling of patriotism, American, etc. And at the same time play to like class politics, etc., that type of thing. But I mean, I don't have any of that. So who's to fucking say what'll happen?
Well, yeah. Well, I think the conversation is meaningful. I think it is always meaningful. And I can't be convinced that it's not until we can't have the conversation anymore. Until then, I don't think it's meaningless. So, and we've been talking about it since the beginning of the show, and it's obviously, you know, not completely irrelevant from what we've seen so far of what we've been talking about and the way people react to it. So
yeah, based Soros, if you're listening right now, we could use some money.
Yeah, get in on the ground floor, bro. Come through.
Hey, Soros, I gotta, you know, I'm trying to get a populist movement going. So if I could get a small loan of 10 million, I'll pay it back. I'll remember you when I'm on top.
But no, I think that that's a message that it's worth talking about. And I think that it resonates. And I think that shows by the fact that people listen to us retards talk about it. So that gives me hope in itself right there.
Yeah. I mean, normies are not doing okay. Right. And I really don't think you can do this every fucking time. I don't know. I mean, it's not, I don't know. We're definitely talking about it as if it's just like within the boundaries of like, oh, like the game is rigged, and like as if there isn't still like shit is fucked right now. Shit is objectively fucked, and it's not the entirely the machinations of the Democratic Party, right? But or the political establishment. But yeah,
I would say it's a result. Like they're all externalities of like the political economic system as a whole, though.
Well yeah, like, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
you know
totally.
what I mean. Well, that's beyond even them though. But
sure. They could, if you say political economic system, people fucking lose their mind. Wait, politics and economics are the same?
No, but yeah, what you were saying just about like it's gonna be worse, right? Yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. And I guess we'll just have to see.
But
yeah,
you personally feel like that's not going to. You think we're gonna get the return of normalcy, basically?
Well, no, I mean like you can't go back because this whole nightmare happened for a reason, right? And we're going into disaster, and liberal democracy has been failing, and we're just putting another coin in the machine. Like that is the reality of the world right now. But most people don't understand what is actual politics.
Totally.
Right? They think that they think that kids in cages and bro, like I was talking to my girlfriend last night, like, dude, like most people still, like most normies I know still believe Russiagate is legit.
Dude, yes. That's what I was trying to think about. Like I saw Drew the other day tweet, like right before my Twitter was suspended. Yeah, I'll literally vote for whoever just gives me the most money. And I was thinking that's literally what politics should be. Like, how did we get so far away from that? From like just your politics is just voting in your fucking self-interest. Now we have people voting for shit that has nothing to do with them. Nothing will ever, like, they're not offering them anything. They're just offering some possible change for like an ideological like vision of the system or whatever. And it's nothing tangible and it's nothing for anyone. And everyone's cucked into voting for someone else or for some ideal. And no one's sitting there and saying, what the fuck are you giving me right now?
Well, and that's the thing. It's like the politics of like, and I don't mean like charity, like literal private charities, but like the politics of being a charitable person. And like, we all need to, hold up these sacred cows and everything is like, it's hard to argue against, because then when you're talking to normies, they're like, wait, so like you don't think that people should be generous, even though like it's such a transparent game they're playing. But like that right there is just immediately something that just so desperately needs to be deconstructed.
Totally.
Like
this, that's why like right-wing critique doesn't help, because they don't have a good like critique of that or a good way to like put that into a solid framework. Like they just like say like, oh well, like all that's like blah blah blah, that's retarded. And you're like, well yeah man, but like no people shouldn't just like not be generous. But like the issue is that the fact that people are able to go and like give these NGOs and like tax shelters and stuff to be charitable helps to A, perpetuate their state, B, like give them tax breaks, and C, also put a band-aid and like on the negative externalities of what's happening around us. And what we should do is fix those rather rather than trying to just like fix a couple things at a time. And like that's where you have to come to people like, and most people, they don't have a framework for understanding things holistically, so it's hard to do that. But I think that's the only way to like argue or talk with libs. Like you can't come in and be like, oh no, like we have there's a sacred cow and that's like a group and they're just using that to make our lives like better, worse too, which is like, yeah, that's true, totally. But like the best way to understand it is to be able to explain like how that benefits capital as a whole and how that's like intersecting your like day-to-day life. Like saying like, okay, yeah, like they are just kind of taking these woke progressive ideals to remask themselves as progressives so that it looks as though things are changing. When you really look at the real reality and numbers of everything, things aren't changing. And I think we should actually do something to address that and the root cause of it rather than these symptoms that are externalities. And like, that's a hard bridge to get to, obviously, and go.
Yeah, I think what you were saying about why every election is about these things that have nothing to do with what your self-interest is anymore is because people have taken the black pill on what they can do in their own economic self-interest. And that's what I've been saying from the beginning is they've taken the black pill on this. And what I keep saying is you cannot do that. I mean, you can, of course you can, but you doing that has done most of the work for them. And as long as you don't, that in itself is meaningful and is doing a lot to push back on this. As long as you still are aware, you know, as small as, again, I don't mean to be too like dramatic and dystopian or whatever, but as you just walking around and being like, this is fucked up, it shouldn't be like this, is meaningful. Just you thinking that is meaningful. And the longer, you know, these things that happen with these elections and the narratives that come and you know, the grill pilling on the left and you know, on the right of like, oh, well, I'm just gonna fucking shoot myself, you know, the Pepe meme or Mojack blowing their brains out, whatever. All this blackpilling is building in the consent to this whole thing and taking away, depoliticizing people in a way that's not about you being healthy, not about your mental, I mean, like, yes, of course, like balance it out, compartmentalize it for your mental health, of course. But I'm just saying, like, there is this element to it that is a lot more sinister that the neolib cons want, and that happened during Obama's presidency, which is people checking out, which is what they want, and they want you to ignore the fact that your life keeps getting worse because of economic things, and that you have to just accept that as a you know, as fate, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's the way the universe was ordered, and that's the whole point of all of this. And you not giving into that is extremely meaningful, and that's really the point I'm trying to make. Is again, none of this surprises me. Him being cooed, I made a bet that he would get cooed. I mean, none of this surprised me, but like that's the real key takeaway. And this is what I was saying after the Bernie thing. This is what turned me off to the left completely. Is like, you cannot just give into this mentality. You can't do that. You can't do it yet, because the moment you do is when it really, I mean, look, we might go to brunch. We might go back to return to normalcy. And like, we might have this thing where nobody cares about politics. They've completely given up. And even if there is growing underclass unrest, that it just, you know, you're the frog in the pot, and just over time, it's by the time you're aware of it, it's too late. You don't even care anymore. You're just numbed out. And that is a very real thing that could happen. All I'm saying is that we shouldn't do that. That's all I'm going to keep saying, because that's all I can say is we shouldn't do that yet. That's it. I mean, that's all I can say about that.
I'll push back a little bit just to say that, like, I think that in the context of, you know, the opposite, like, I think that, like, encouraging some people, not everybody, it's not like I don't think everybody should just completely give up on politics completely, but, like, you know, everybody's fucking addicted to their fucking screen right now. And it's been 4 fucking years. It's been more than 4 years of people being like, you need to pay attention because children are being thrown in cages and you're a horrible demon person if you don't pay attention. Like, just like having people check out a little bit.
That's not what I'm saying. Obviously, that's not what I'm saying. I mean,
well, I know. I'm just because you had said like, oh, it's good to compartmentalize, and like what I'm just saying is like, you know, I'll play it up like a little bit more, just that like having people check out, like, I don't know, just acknowledging like how thick the propaganda has been lately, and how much, like, I don't want to use the term gaslighting, but like how much people are disciplined, right? Like, it's not like it's I don't know. It's not just about like throwing in the towel and being like, just give up entirely. It's just like
be selective about what you're going to let yourself care about, interact with, or fucking
I think the thing that I'm trying to tell everybody is just like whatever level of engagement you have to where you can read an article, like read the title of an article, like a headline, and like get kind of wound up. Like you need to fucking get that shit in check, and you need to get off the fucking roller coaster they have you on, because like that's not doing anybody any good. Does that make any sense?
Like you should come to grips with the fact that like things are incredibly fucked, and like there's not a very bright looking future, and there's a whole lot that looks like it's gonna change. And like if we're gonna be realist here, we're gonna say it's likely that, you know, we're gonna be fucked and live in despair the rest of our lives. And like what you should already do is be able to understand that like, yeah, we're getting inundated constantly with bullshit propaganda all the time, and like things may be horrible forever because it's hard to break through that. But what you should do is like understand that, make peace with that, and then be able to have like an absurd optimism and ability to try to think, hey, we should be able to have like something different. I'm going to work towards that. I'm not going to engage with this other bullshit that like is going to make myself feel like, oh, everything's hopeless, because I already know that everything really is kind of, because that's how it's set up for it to be.
Yeah, like just
I think we talked about this.
Just learn what's going on and work with that.
Yeah, I think we talked about this with Doomer, and what you're saying, Sue, is just be selective about it. All the culture war shit that Slav is talking about of like, oh, you know, these kids and you know, this is an outrage and all that. Tune all that shit out. Ignore all that shit. That shit is bullshit. All of it of like, oh, you know, filming a Karen, or you know, black people you know, playing the knockout game on some innocent white person. Tune all that shit out as much as you can. That shit is complete brain poison, and they're tickling all the wirings you have to make you go into a deep fucking echo chambered hole of some idpol bullshit and stay there and die there, and then for you to realize, oh, this is bullshit, there's no hope here, I can't change any of this, because there is no changing any of that. And then basically, well, just that dimension of it, and then basically saying, well, you know, I need to depoliticize, I need to turn all this off, and then you're out of the political thought, right? That's the trick, right? That's not the point, right? The point I'm saying is tune out of that shit specifically, but don't let that be, because they framed everything political as cultural, right? You tuning out of the cultural doesn't mean you're tuning out of the political. Tune out of the cultural, but don't tune out of the political. Don't, and it can be as simple as, like
just
I said,
tune out of the propaganda and don't engage with it. Like it's simple, like just understand what they're doing to us, what the purpose of it is. They're trying to rewire our brains so we can't even possibly think of things all the way through. So we have to be in this like state of panic with the media deluge of like, oh, there's new articles, new shit every fucking second, and you have no attention span, and you can't think about things holistically, and you can't think the next step. You only go with the small bit of information that was just popped right into your hand immediately. You need to understand that that's what the function of all of this is.
Exactly.
Be able to take a step back away from that and look at it from a point of detached apathy to that specifically, but not apathy to the state of everything as a whole, and be able to use that as a weapon to be able to combat that propaganda in a way that's not direct by giving it more steam, but in a way that's saying, hey, do you understand what all this stuff is doing here? Do you understand what all these like 40 articles you just read in the past 20 minutes is for?
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, don't see like, ocean of homeless people and be like, oh, that's just the way it is, and see that ocean double in the next 10 years and be like, yeah, well, I mean,
Bruce Hornsby, that's just the way it is.
Some things will never change.
Yeah, whatever you can do to not give into that like numbing out humanoid bullshit that they've talked about, like, you know, on network, and like, you know, it's been discussed, right? This is just numbing out, right? Whatever you can do to hold on to that lets you know that that's fucked up and that's not right. Maintain that. Travel if you can, whatever. Just like know that it's not always like that. Read of whatever history you need to know. Know that it's not like that. It doesn't have to be like that. And just don't let that go and just become numbed out to being like, oh, well, this is just whatever. What this is just how it is. That's when it's really over. Whenever that happens, whatever moment that happens, and they've spiritually broken people that deeply, maybe it's already happened. But whatever, I don't believe it has. But whenever that moment happens, that's when it's really over. That's the real. Yeah, exactly. That is the real final end game line that you have to do whatever you can to not yield to that. Whatever you can to not yield to that. But again, everything else, you don't need to fucking bring this shit up in every conversation you're having with your loved ones and whatever. Like, you don't need to. That's what I mean by compartmentalize. You don't need to be a fucking, drag mag all the time and just being like, obsessive.
Honestly, people just need to fucking get a hold of themselves. I mean,
make
that, like,
peace with that shit.
Yeah, just calm the fuck down.
Do some 12 steps recovery from the fucking retarded propaganda and like media hysteria you're doing. Like, make peace with it. Find a higher power in like of yourself or whatever the fuck, and figure out, or like your higher power could be trying to make things better for the people around you, and use that to try to like guide yourself and keep yourself out of the bullshit. Because like you just need to make peace with the fact that things are fucked. All of this stuff's gonna keep happening. You're gonna keep seeing these articles, and you just need to like understand that like you can just take a step back from that while still being engaged in the political process as far as it's applicable to yourself.
Yeah, and just the the Dune, like, fear. It's the fear is the mind killer, right? And so just keep your shit together. Keep your fucking shit together. I don't know. And I'm saying this as someone who, I am guilty of all of this, right? I'm totally guilty of this. I am addicted to my fucking phone. I'm
feeling good with my Twitter ban now.
No, that is like, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. I mean, I can't. I keep saying I'm hopping off. I keep hopping on, but
I posted all that election fraud shit. I thought they would suspend me. I was hoping to get out, but I didn't get suspended yet. So hopefully something takes me out. What took you out, COH? Like, was there anything
this
specific?
One, like, the second time around was a ban eviction, or not eviction, sorry, evasion. So like I was banned, and they saw that like my IP was accessing, or maybe someone reported my account for the first one because I told someone
Sarah,
I was tweeting about how Canadians need to like keep their shit out of our elections because like Canadians are just as retarded as we are. And someone was like, yeah, fuck Canadians. And I was like, yeah, fuck them. Choke on syrup, bitch. And then like 4 minutes later, I was gone.
Damn.
That's
they don't even give isn't that like a 7-day thing? Like, why would they hit you with the perma ban? Like,
I don't know. They didn't tell me anything about time. They were just like, you're banned. You can't be trying to get back on this shit. And I was like, whoa, okay. And then I thought about filing an appeal, but then it was like, we want all your information. We want all this and all that. And I don't really care to do that. So
yeah. I mean, well, that might be a blessing in disguise. I mean,
I'll probably pop back on eventually down the line, but like I'm trying to take time now to like, there's stuff I wanted to do that like I'll admit I was somewhat addicted to my phone and shit. So it's good to give me some time to like read the shit I wanted to read actually, and like focus on some music I wanted to finish before I come back. I'll probably come back on sometime, but I'll probably be like low key about it.
Yeah, I think the middle ground of what we're all talking about is like, keep your shit together, like SLAV said, compartmentalize. Don't let this be the only thing that you think about and the only thing you can talk about. Try as hard as you can to not just be subsumed by it, but don't numb out. I think that's the only thing I have to add to that is like, don't numb out, to whatever degree that you can do that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's just, I mean, we've talked about it a lot at this point, but just like fucking news is fucking entertainment media. And so just like, know when you're eating a salad, know when you're eating a fucking Snickers bar, and like, don't get fat.
Understand when you're consuming and like what the act of what you're doing is, and the nature of what you're doing is consumption, and see like, what are the factors driving this, and like, who does this benefit and why? And like, why am I consuming this one thing, and why is it being packaged and sold to me in this one way?
Right. Yeah. I mean, I think that's a good spot to end it. Unless there's anything major, but
no, I think that's good. I know we're gonna cut it short anyways, but keep updated if anything particularly wild happens on Twitter that we want to talk about next week.
Oh shit, yeah, because 2/3 of us aren't even really checking Twitter right now.
Oh, I'm taking it to the face, baby. I'll let you guys know. I'm mainlining that. I'll let both of you know on Discord or whatever. If anything, nothing crazy is happening, but if it does, I'll let you know.
Word, man. Now CRK is at the helm of the Fed Post Twitter, just like all on his own. It's gonna become like crazy Groiper Central now.
When you come back, it's gonna be Groiper.
Let's go.
I'm into that.
No, but this is a good idea of Drew's just do a solo one. Forgot that we could do this, but this is a good idea.
Yeah, I think we had a lot to get off our chest anyways, so I think it was good to hash it out.
Yeah. I mean, dude, honestly, I feel like there's still plenty to talk about.
Oh, plenty.
Yeah, it was a good call. It can be easy to get lost in, because we got a lot of people to talk to. But,
totally. Yeah, I think it'll be good to do like, maybe we could do a couple of like streams like we did in the Discord, where we can do like more so follow this kind of pace and then do guest episodes for our regular eps, and then maybe do like once every 2 weeks or so. If we have time, pop into the Discord for a little while and do more so this kind of thing, and we can release it as well. But then also let people pop in or like put questions. We can interact with the listeners.
Yeah, I think that's a great, like SLAV said, like bi-weekly. I think that's a great idea because like I feel like it'll be good to interact with like the people in the Discord, just like, you know, asking us stuff and like
I know Hotep Jeff has got some shit he wants for us to talk about that he's said in the past. So yeah, Syria. So it'd be good to maybe get around to addressing. So I don't know a goddamn thing about Syria, so I was like, nah, I don't want to be a retard. That's above my pay grade.
Yeah,
no, I think that's a good idea. That's a totally good idea. We should definitely do that. But
hell yeah! Especially, and honestly, I think it'll be nice getting past the election. I think that's gonna be good. I don't want to fucking talk about fucking Sleepy Joe's ass. I just shut the fuck up. So
I don't think. Yeah, I mean, I hope the libs stop being annoying. I hope we stop talking about the election, but I feel like it's gonna keep going. But
it definitely will keep going, but it'll just get better as time. Well, fuck, I don't know.
I could see that. I could see like maybe 6 months from now, it's just kind of like normalcy and just kind of like, I could see that. That would be in its own way a relief. Yeah, from this like nightmare bullshit. But
then we can get back to talking about the bourgeoisie and its theoretical relevance. As a term.
Okay.
That's baby.
Okay.
Oh man.
All right.
Well, yeah. Good talk.
Yeah. Good talk to you guys.